There are these nexus charts where you can map out words in major publications. I'm not talking about mom and pop news outlets. I'm talking about the New York Times, the Washington Post, like the big dogs. Go track how many times the word racism was mentioned. And around 2012, it shoots up.
Yep.
Social justice shoots up. Transgenderism shoots up. White privilege shoots up. This was forced on the American people. Why are we having these conversations now? No, the people did not wake up one day and decide, we want to have a national conversation about chicks with dicks. That didn't happen. This wasn't an organic movement. It was all of the most powerful people decided this is what we're going to talk about. And why was that? Because it's the perfect, look, when you're failing on policy, you pivot to a culture war.
Yep.
You pit people against each other, so they're fighting each other.
Yep.
We had in this country, we had an Occupy Wall Street movement where leftists were standing outside of big banks screaming, we are the 99%. Right-wingers had a populist movement called the Tea Party, where they were outraged about the bailouts of big banks, unsustainable debt, government spending. They don't like that. That's not what the powers that be like. You're getting too close. Look, they like you fighting about issues like abortion. Now, I'm not saying abortion isn't a very important issue. It's a very important issue. But us fighting about that issue doesn't scare anyone at the Federal Reserve. It doesn't scare anyone in the CIA. They don't care if you fight about that issue. They love you fighting over transgender bathrooms.
Yep.
They have no, and you can see this every day. They're stoking this culture war.
No normal human being would do that. It has to be something wrong with it.
Hello? Huh?
In here, Charlie.
Yeah, I got your message. You sounded kind of funny.
Come on back, honey.
Is everything all right?
Hello, Charlie.
Mom? Grandma? Uncle Jack? What's everybody doing here?
Well, we've all gathered here at the request of your friends.
Hey, bud.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Charles.
I don't exactly know how one of these things are supposed to go. But we understand that there's been some abuse. These two boys have been strong enough to admit what happened, and we thank you for that.
Just hope that that man goes away for a long, long time.
Yeah, prison can be a bad place for a guy like that. Very bad place.
No, we're not exactly sure how this thing is supposed to go, but your friends have been helping us out on a couple of key points. Now, okay, Charlie, show us on the doll
Show you what?
where he touched you. Shall I turn it over?
Yeah, turn her over. Do it. Slow. Slow.
Hey there, imaginary friends, imaginary viewers. Are you ready for some imaginary content? Today, 3 for the price of 1. I just decided to do some surprise silent senile stream, one word. Not really feeling like it, but I'm not sure how tomorrow is gonna go, and I wanted to give you the greatest gift of them all, the gift of ruined year completely by my streams. This one of course will be forced, but hopefully in the future I will go full commando. Don't know how this is gonna go. First I wanted to do this clip properly and to see those pesky settings. It's my fault, of course. It's always my fault. Yeah, I should also, I need to go into game fast. I was quite long there, I feel, and we wouldn't wanna be kicked. I've made way too many videos recently. Yeah, Oscar winning performance and everything. Don't really remember the whole episode, but I think there were many layers there. I mean, it's a known show, great show, no need to go into that. Let's take care of business first and then go into full-on ramble. And I don't know if sadly you get the immersion of Winter Helper. I feel like for Horde they should they be, not really sure if they should be goblins. Doesn't matter, it's good as it is. I don't wanna be an entitled gamer. Let's move. More bots than Fortnite. Those panda death knights. Here to save the economy. Raise it from the dead. Have no clue how the economy is in WoW. We might talk about it some other time when I do the extensive research I always do. I already warned you this is gonna be just some silent, senile stream. Surprising at that. Let's see the presents. I forgot about the immersion. We'll stay here while the buff stays on, or debuff, depending on how you see it. Debuff, of course. Speaking of debuff, do we just go straight for the... I don't like talking about free-to-play stuff and stuff like that anymore, because I always have the feeling I'm throwing the bracket under the bus. I feel bad about it. Something a while back hit way too close to the home, but since then I got a bit rational, and sadly I didn't do the stream when I should have. Stupid stuff came up. But okay, let's first get rid of that and then go into intros. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I mentioned, oh, immersion ruined. Let's leave this place. Let's stay here for a while. I'll show you stuff later. Okay, let's then go first into intros. I told you so. I wasn't aware of this clip. Apparently there's an older one from 2 years ago. I was not aware of it, but it matches with what I've been saying as well. Like I said, I'm not really looking for stuff like this, but I knew there was something already said about it. I think already posted something on Twitter like this, but not this. So it's pretty much clear, you know, it's easy divide and conquer, stuff like that. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. As long as you are aware, you can make your choices. The middle part was some news that were recommended to me recently, and that soundbite was way too good not to use. I might clip it. I've been procrastinating. Is that how you say it? For a year, wanting to do some stuff. Now I have some ideas. I might do that from time to time. I have quite a few ideas with intros too, which of course I will forget. I guess we can make this into some resolution ramble, which is always bullshit. May not into it, but you do it, or something like that. Okay, let's not procrastinate now. let's stand like this for 5 minutes when the undead gets lazy. So you've seen it, I've talked about it, I've seen some talk on XPO forum. Do we make another digression? Yeah, let's. I've never seen more new people on XPO forum than now. Even in this fucked up state, there's still people there, I guess, enjoying the grind, which is good for them. Surprising to me, but nice. And that might, I don't think that was the intent, but it's not harming, not harmful to their opinion, probably. To the game, I think it is. And I think that the bracket is for people that don't wanna go classic. Damn, a lot of segues, doesn't matter. Don't wanna go to classic, don't wanna go private, and then don't wanna stay at end game. So it gives them some option, which is nice. This was intended for that, to get people into game. We took it and made something of our own. And I guess this is also might be the opportunity to say thank you to everyone and anyone that contributed to making this bracket great. Let's choose that word, one way or another. Praises are not said too often. There probably is a better way to go about it, but it came to mind now, and let's do it before I forget. There were a lot of segues for me to take, but and fuck yeah, let's do some critique while at it as well. I put those effects on high, for PvP reasons, although that shouldn't be a reason now. I don't wanna waste time on figuring out nicer ways to say it. I keep ambience and music lower, and still that was pretty loud. Why? Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe someone put something in the wrong folder. I'm not sure. You decide if this is unfounded, but it sounds like it to me, because if I have effects on high and rest on low, and I still can hear this pretty loud, what am I to think? Should this be under effects? Or just, a game, I don't know, PvP stuff. And PvE, of course. But, okay, let's move on. So, yeah, you saw on forum I've seen, they talk about trinket, and I don't know if they use it for something else, but if it's Hearthstone, for Horde, you can just get it for free during the anniversary event, Korak's Revenge, before the battleground starts. To your left there's an orc that sells stuff for Max of Honor, and that will give it that toy to you for free. Now I wanted to do a thorough research and had to do something, and I hear this is going to be mandatory. Okay, lazy undead. Mandatory in the WoW within, especially on the role-playing realms. So while I selected an alliance toon, I clicked enter, and during the loading screen I had to get up, take my clothes off, put my makeup on, my lipstick on, tuck it back in between the thighs, take a small blanket, put it over my shoulders, and dance. And that's what you will have to do while playing alliance character, which is pretty fitting. Also an idea for an intro. I always forget if it's put the lotion on its skin or rubs the lotion on its skin. I doubt that I will remember that in the future too. So I got into Korak's Revenge, and I've seen that the toy requires level 24. But you can hear it now, can't you? Are those effects? Sounds like music or ambience to me, but it's loud as an effect. So I got into Korak's Revenge. First thing, I couldn't talk to the NPC, so I couldn't even get the toy. Then I checked the collection. I've seen that the Horde one counts, but even I mean getting Horde one would give you also Alliance one. However, I predicted that level 24 would not be an issue since I'm scaled to, I don't know, 70 I guess. Badly scaled, might I say. You are pretty much cannon fodder if you go in that battleground as a lower level. Any lower level really, especially a real lower level. Quite the tongue twister there. But I couldn't use the toy. So no Hearthstone toy for the Korak's Revenge or Altera Quelli for you Alliance, not that you need it, because your Zergs seem to work better than the Horde ones. The ones I was in at least, especially on Horde. But I guess instead of having to do one, you can do two or one toon and get something during the event. Not that there is that much to get during the events. Not complaining, just saying. Okay, that would be for the somewhat useful things. Do we move? Do we not move? There. Quite a difference. So, what else? What else? Yeah, do we talk about that? Yeah, let's talk about the game for a little while at least. First, we skip the politics. Yeah, just so. What should we talk about? A bit of. Yeah, let's talk about that. You can literally see it's nice, you know, making experiments. And so it is a bit of an experiment, same as the private servers did some. And I talked about it, and I'm glad that partly seems it's a good call. I mean, in SoD especially, but I would say for making a new game too, not going all out right away. Sure, some people are always gonna be starved for content, but I think making it, you know, go in phases, 25, 40, and I don't know then what, was a great idea. You know, make people explore certain, you know, possibilities, which wouldn't happen if it was 60 right away. So in that regard, you know, seems good. I mean, if I was clickbait friendly, I would make title sort of. Apparently it's not indecent thing to say. Of course I don't mean it either, but just wanted to make a pun, a funny. So, you know, I am not into stuff like that for many reasons, but seems it's going nice, and that they made some nice calls, which is great. Whether that will serve as inspiration to the retail, who knows? Maybe there was something else, but doesn't matter. And for the, yeah, like I said, I wanted to recently, when I wanna change up content, I usually go to stand-up and comedies, and I've seen some Louis C.K. talk about, he said some Larson comic. I presume it's non sequitur, which is something I'm familiar with and enjoyed for a while. And apparently there's some one of those that portrays hell and some people waiting in line to be tortured, and one guy says to another, I hate this place, you know, waiting in line. So it kinda is telling. I think for me hell will be while waiting in line. I have to watch the tutorials on YouTube. Oh god. I wanted to do something new, that's why I had to cut the previous stream. I messed up, I didn't know how it works, and I forgot about it. And I'm looking forward reverting the settings now. As you have might noticed, nothing shows. I turned off the nameplates. And I really can, you know, reminisce about the days when people would rather make new accounts and make new tunes than go into settings. I know there are people that like doing math and like, you know, tinkering with the various stuff, but I'm under the impression that majority of people are not like that. And let's do a waiver disclaimer. This is my stream, intended to talk about what I see fit and how I see fit, and I might be wrong. This is my objective opinion that I will also try to portray as objective by using some arguments, and you decide if and how much I am successful at that. You do your math. Where were I? Yeah. So once again I went through the recommendations and tutorials, and good God, how they manage. Maybe I did some various searches, I don't know, but last time I checked everything was different, and now again completely different. Fortunately for me, I wanted to record something which was also a nuisance, which I just did in a couple of minutes and got rid of it. When I've seen that I went through all those videos, and then I went into setting and saw an option for use stream settings, damn, I just use that. I don't care if it's optimal. I'm not going into all of that, so that was a waste of time. And when I was looking for the programs, at one point I was thinking, what am I even looking for? There are two main programs, and one of them is complicated and one of them is simple. So the choice is clear there. So of course I went for the simple one. I'm not sure if how convenient it is, but it wasn't in some regards, but I'm not really feeling like exploring. So I guess that's complaining part. And I plan on doing various things, but I'm gonna take my time, and I'm not sure how, what, and when for the streams as well. I was planning on one WoW stream and then going into Fortnite, but I'm not sure how it's all gonna go down and when. What else? Sorry, I have no cockroaches to sell. Maybe I should. Okay, let's roleplay. You've seen it, folks. You have to be standing to do that. Game breaking. A lot of, I don't know how and why stuffs happen. Do we talk about that now? These are not effects, Blizzard. This is ambience and or music. These are not effects. Let's check. I'm not sure if I should go into check the text document, see the stream, or just go with the flow. I mean, there are people putting some hard work there, but do I mention people now? I've seen some tweets, some of you might know what today, and stuff happened here past couple of days that really reminded me of something I wanted to talk about a while back. I don't know what's going on there and what kind of structure is there, but it's clear that there are some things wrong there. What and how and why, I don't know, but whether there are some unmotivated people or the structure is bad, or there's some new people new to the job in general, new to the game. Seems like it. Yeah, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about tabards. Now, I am in many ways old and old-fashioned, but I'm used to old kind of tabards. I've mentioned that many times. Now, I understand that people want to be creative, and there are some other layers there, but let's stick to the main thing. The people want to be creative. Yeah, there are quite a few matching things, let's say. How's that Drenai Aldo guy? It's not lost on me. So, but let's go to the tabards. You know, I understand people wanting to go, you know, something that also looks good on the resume, you know, this is what I made, you know, groundbreaking stuff, you know, creative and all. It's all good. And, you know, I understand that you want, you know, choice, options, some fashionista stuff, fashionista, but I would assume that you would want at least, I don't know, a quarter, if not more, of some old school tabards. So far, I've seen none. I don't have the data. I mean, some of them will, I guess, be liked and worn by people, but maybe if they check the data, they would decide to, you know, get some old school tabards in there as well. Now, let's go check the text document and okay, maybe 40 minutes is enough. Maybe we don't go overboard. Maybe I don't say some jokes. Not sure. I wanted to incorporate some extra segments, one of them, you know, to get rid of some IRL stuff, but you know, now that we're here, I'm not really sure. I can think of two and not really feeling of talking about either. Maybe scuff one and get rid of it, because it might, at some point, I might refer to it. Maybe not. Let's scuff it, let's scuff it. Let's go into the game. I mean, if you don't want to hear this, then I guess, I don't know. I'm just gonna talk about that and then end the stream. So, we'll see. So I mentioned some people. It's easy. It will be easier for me when I can say, you know, that guy. But in this case, for the regular viewers or listeners. It's the guy that had a terrible car accident. I guess my throat tells me that I should have ended this then and there. So he spent a lot of time in hospital. It's a miracle that he's alive. Let me drink something first. I think I already told you some story that I had no clue why I wanted to tell you, but this one too might come in handy. Maybe I should have ended, but fuck it, let's go. So, this is he managed to turn things around for him, and this is a small country, people talk. And he heard a story. So the story goes that one guy became a doctor long ago, and he got this is triggering for me, maybe it's triggering for you too. He become a doctor, and he got I guess it was, now people don't like to move, but back then I guess they did more. He got transferred to a place where there are a lot of mines. And where there are a lot of mines, there are a lot of mining accidents. And as they say in some movie, when they wanted to break some bad news to a wife of a miner, that's what kind of miner. I'm not gonna repeat the joke again. So they tell her, cart caught him a little bit, and the wife replied, how can a cart catch him a little bit? Point is, usually, there are no small accidents, and during one of those accidents, some guy's knee was fucked up, and that enabled the mentioned doctor to see something no knowledgeable man has seen before, and that is that sometimes the hand of faith must be forced. I just couldn't resist. So he seen something, and he published a paper about it. I'm not really sure how to go about this story and not, do some spoilers. The time is coming. So he seen that in order to do some kind of surgery, I am guessing to take some bits of cartilage from the knee, a common sports injury, you don't have to cut the tendon, the muscle. There is a way to go and do it without, doing extra damage. So that poor miner's misfortune was a lot of people's fortune, and he published a paper, and he attracted some attention from a country from across the road. with football especially was very. I'm often trying not to say names where I don't have to. So where the football was very much developed, let's say, and he got invited right away to perform the surgeries on some football players, and it, when the money is involved, cutting down the, break for highly paid players from 4 months to a month or something. I'm not really sure about the numbers, but something like that. It's quite a difference. So I guess that's it in a way. I tried looking this stuff up a while back, but I couldn't find anything. And apparently he named the procedure not by the rule of thumb, but because the way he would do it, he would place his thumb on a knee. That's how he was doing it, which gave him the, I guess, geolocation, proper one, coordinates. I guess usually you would, name the procedure after the guy's last name, but I guess he was thinking it's hard to pronounce, and maybe he didn't like the root of his last name. I'm not sure. I mean, respect to him. What the guy telling me the story just wanted to tell me the story, but sometimes you can find a point to it. And the point is, in bad situations, when everything is stripped down, you can see better how things function. You can better understand the matrix. So, in the bad environments and bad times, you can see some things a bit clearer. That's how I see the moral of that story.
Rico feel happy that Wicked is here.
Now this is a perfect opportunity to go dramatic and say see you next year. See you in the next episode with these wonderful effects in the background.
See you soon. Real soon.